Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Politico, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind. Oh, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. And in the touchlight every corner. Oh, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar, just they get the higher power. Over naira. Still them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun Politico, oh, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not they off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind. Oh, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Aha. Now him una don't hear all these bad politicians then we call themselves politicians. Where they thief our money, we no want make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one. Maiyegun, you go show na paper. Maiyegun diary Politico. So my people make you shout, oh yeah, yeah.
Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Good evening to you, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're watching from. This is Maiyegun live and welcome to Maiyegun's diary tonight, okay? So if you are just joining, you can click on the subscription button if you haven't, or just give that thumb up before you settle down, okay? So tonight, we received the report, the news, an update, you can call it, from Oyo State, where the OPC, comrades in their covert operation apprehended the notorious Fulani Warlord in Ibarapa area of Oyo State. And then they handed him over to the police. This generated a lot of controversies because the OPC members that arrested Wakili, they were later arrested as well and, bundled to Abuja. After the public uproar, they released them without charges. That was because they arrested Wakili. But the news from Oyo State, so the impression of many people is that, it's just going to go the same way. criminals are going to get away. They are going to use all manner of, madness to distract us from the real reason, the real thing, by, clinging on to how he got arrested and who should arrest him and all of that. So finally, the news came from Oyo State today that Wakili and 3 others, they appeared before a magistrate court in Ibadan, where they are charged for murder, kidnapping, and forceful imprisonment, and so many other charges like that. Everything that has to do with kidnapping and all of that. Okay, so I know so many people they are still going to be skeptical about it, right? Like Maiyegun, don't believe them. But let me tell you something. You see, there is this pressure voice that we have managed to use the new media to gain over those people who feels untouchable in that country that could use anything. Today, we just want them to see that we are watching you. We are watching you. When people get killed, we hold you responsible. We hold you responsible. And this means that no matter what they do, if they like, they should continue in this path, okay? And by the time Nigeria finally boom, when we begin to pick those who contributed to the unnecessary death of people, yeah, some of them knows that we are watching. Yes, they will have to live in that Nigeria. Do you get that now? By the time everything is burned down, they will have nowhere to run to. Because if they run out of there, it's just like, rats being smoked out of their holes. So the way we are monitoring them, this power of this new media, we must continue. So we will continue to monitor what is going on with Wakili. The court remanded them in prison without bail. If they like, they can use their new judges that they just appointed to take over the case and just, throw it away and award whatever billions they want to Wakili. But the message is loud and clear that if the government, when I say government, those in power, especially in Yoruba land, and even not just in Yoruba land, across the entire country for now, those who are speaking on behalf of the people, believing that they are speaking on behalf of the people, yeah, it's going to be a matter of time that if they fail to act as they have been doing, yeah, the people will rise, they will rise. And when they are going to consume those who are killing them, they will consume those who have been protecting their killers. That is something, a fact that you can hold on till when that happens. So Wakili is in prison now. That means for the first time, as much as the atrocities they are committing in Yoruba land, the propaganda, the cover-up, the political correctness, and so many other things that are in play, yeah, we can now have it on record that in Nigeria, we have a Fulani terrorist or a Fulani warlord, a kingpin in custody, and he appeared in court. Let that be on record. That nowhere else in Nigeria that any authority had the balls to take any Fulani terrorist to court, not even the federal government of Nigeria. How they bungle it is now how they will bungle it is it's yet to be seen. It's yet to be found out. But let that be on record. Now let us now go fully into today's broadcast, which I actually wanted to tag this broadcast, born, run. As Nigeria born, yeah, don't try to save her. It is not in your own right to try to save something you have no idea or any clue about. Nigeria is a place, a country that is forcefully merged together for commercial purpose and commercial reasons only. That if common sense was actually used from the word go, we will be talking about how other people are now being forced to be part of Nigeria, how they are working in their own country to prevent terrorists from crossing the border into their country, not being forced to accept them, or else they will kill us. So the Yoruba land would have been a country. Biafra land would have been a country. The Niger Deltans may have given themselves a name, a country. Yeah. Northern Nigeria, Arewa, Sokoto Caliphate would have been a country. But look at us. As much as they continue to tell us that, listen, we are one. We are one. Whatever is the problem, it's just that, whatever is the problem, we should fix the problem. We are one. We are one. You can't be one, yeah, in a country whereby when you are under invasion that is now registered, invasion that even the Minister of Defense of Nigeria admitted, and they are now promoting that invasion as the new reality that everyone has to accept by giving what is called amnesty to terrorists. So you are supposed to be part of a country where if there is any homegrown terrorism, right? Yeah, we should be talking about, maybe today we shouldn't be talking about Fulanis invading Yoruba land or a Fulani warlord in Yoruba land arrested, facing justice now. We won't be talking about that because it's like America saying Osama bin Laden has his own territory in America and is untouchable for political reasons. That would be the real context for it. If Yorubas were allowed to be their own country, which we are going to be. But Nigeria, where Fulanis who don't speak the language of the locals, where we have Fulanis who are legit Fulanis, okay? Because if you want to look for tribes who are so accommodating, right? So accommodating, non-violent, you will come down to the Yoruba land. Yeah, I'm talking about what is the reality of it today. You will realize that it is the least, sort of a least radical. Should I even use the word radical? No, I want to use another thing. This kind of a radical mentality of when we disagree with people, the next thing is that we should kill them in order to scare them because they don't speak the same language with us, like us, or they don't look like us in a way. Yorubas are not like that. You have every tribe in every part of Yoruba land. Legito. Until we started having people living in our forest, right? And they told us that they are Fulanis, but they are not Fulanis from Nigeria. Unregistered, undocumented, crime increasing, kidnapping increasing, the invasion of farm increasing, people getting killed increasing. And these are also coming with some caveats that they are untouchable too. If you touch them, you are going to look for the problem of the government of Nigeria. So in the face of this whole confusion, even those who are legit Fulanis, they are defending the invading Fulanis. And their own easy argument is, don't tag all Fulanis as terrorists. We are not. We have always been very clear. You will never find it anywhere in any part of Yoruba land, in the city, in the homes, and where you have Fulanis who rented homes, and they are there. And they will tell you that they are feeling under any pressure from anybody because they are Fulanis. No. But our own people who are farmers, they are supposed to be protected by the Nigerian government. But they are now telling us that because we are part of Nigeria, yeah, it is an offense, it's a sin, yeah, to go after killer herdsmen, killer Fulani herdsmen. They are no longer denying it because it's no longer, do you see this political correctness of a thing no longer sell anymore? Do you get that now? Now it's so obvious that everybody has agreed that, okay, even some Fulanis too, elite Fulanis, they are now agreeing that this is a complete madness. We know those who are committing this crime. How dare Nigerian government unable to arrest them? How dare Nigerian government unable to protect them? These people are killing Muslims, they are killing Christians, they are killing Northerners, they are killing Southerners, and the government of Nigeria continue to threaten everyone who is saying we are going to fight. And that is what brought about the question of, okay, what is it again that really makes us one Nigeria? Because there must be something. That's something, one of them, I believe, which is vital of them, is that Nigeria will be, being part of Nigeria means you will be protected as long as you are on the territory of Nigeria. But today, we have over 1 million Nigerians now, supposed Nigerians now, who are now living as refugees outside Nigeria. Millions, over 1 million. Yeah. This democratization of insecurity is enough for every tribe in Nigeria, yeah, to either ask that the current system should collapse, and people should be allowed to decide if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not, yeah, or else what will end it is that when people rise up, they can do it. People can listen. There is nothing like Fulani as men have weapons, they have this. Forget about the whole thing. Okay, if we want to be sincere to all ourselves, yeah. If you remove the military that are being sent to give them backup whenever they are attacking villages, attacking everywhere, burning down houses, burning down human beings, looting properties, and taking over lands in all across the country, yeah. If not because the military that will give them air raid, this is not make-up stories. This is why the Fulani terrorists that they have told people invaded Nigeria, this is why they seem untouchable. When you go to court, you will be jailed for asking the court to probe terrorists. If you go to press, you will be arrested for asking the government to arrest terrorists. You will be treated as the worst of the terror, while they continue to tell you that they are doing a lot, they are doing this, they have done that, they killed 200, they killed 500 terrorists, they killed 300. But today, upon all of that, even those who voted or who did the cyberbarians in northern Nigeria, they are not safe. Now, even if they felt comfortable with it, which I believe many of them are not, because I have evidence that some of them are being persecuted, arrested, and dehumanized, despite the fact that they are Fulanis themselves. So those ones are the Fulani in Nigeria. That is the irony of the entire thing. The culpability of Nigerian government and their agents, the court, the police, the military, the intelligence community, and all of them, their culpability, their collusion in covering for the terrorists is so obvious that they have now made Nigeria look like Nigeria is actually, that Nigeria has no authority anywhere anymore. That's the situation. That is why you have people negotiating with terrorists openly, talking to media, getting airtime here and there. Because as it is now, the government of Nigeria has now proved that they are completely powerless against those they call the external invaders. They have failed in that responsibility of protecting every tribe, every person. Okay? So when you now look at the victims, everywhere people are picking up victims, we see that there is no tribe in Nigeria that hasn't tasted the venom, the death of these Fulani terrorists. So even those who are in Nigeria, who they call the Nigerian Fulanis, the ones they said needed resettlement and training, Abi, even those ones who are also speaking up, who are also being considered as victims of these foreign Fulani invaders, yeah, when they speak up, you don't want to see what happened to them. I'm going to share a few with you tonight. So what am I saying? Nigeria has gotten to that stage where everybody needs to say, come on, even if we are stupid,
Even if we feel like these guys are just playing games with whose lives? And how many people will have to die? In that northern Nigeria today, over 600 schools have been shut down in more than over 100 local government areas across the 19 states in northern Nigeria. Today, they are now contemplating putting the military in different schools. In the areas where the kidnappers now, these armed terrorists have escalated the school kidnappings beyond control. It's gone completely beyond control. So the Boko Haram, book is haram. Yeah? Book is a sin. Western education is a sin. Boko Haram. The mentality that brought them about, the mentality that they used to kill before 2015. The people who sponsored them, the people who paid for them, the people who told them that they will get what they want, not giving them what they want today, yeah? The same people are now giving them everything legally without telling all of you that they are now giving it to them. Schools are being shut down. One day, they are going to tell us to shut down schools in Yoruba land because some areas are prone to attacks. They declared open grazing illegal in Yoruba land. Open grazing is illegal in Yoruba land. But today, the clashes, the killings, the ransacking of villages by Fulani terrorists in Ondo State, in Oyo State, in Ogun State, they are escalating. But they are doing a lot. These guys who are speaking for Yorubas, they are doing a lot to suppress the news. So what are we asking for? It's just to pressure them to ensure that the national security conversation they are asking for, that happens, not 2023 election, because by 2023, Yoruba land may have started closing schools. Do you know that all the villages where they have ransacked, all the schools there, they are no longer opened? Maybe because we haven't come up with data yet. A data and pictorial evidences that will show you that what is going on in northern Nigeria today is already going on in Yoruba land. But because it hasn't gotten to a stage where you think you should feel concerned, that is why you haven't started reacting. When we showed you the people who are now refugees in Benin Republic, who ran away to Pobe in Benin Republic, did they not leave a community? What do you think they left behind? Just their homes. What about their clinics, their hospitals, their schools? No matter how dilapidated those structures are, do you want to deny that they exist? Do you want to also deny the fact that they burned down buildings, they burned down people, they burned down farms in Yewa land, turned people to refugees in Benin Republic? Do you want to deny the fact that as they were burning down buildings, they were burning down schools too? I'm not going to deny that. But officially, states like Niger, states like today, Kaduna State, they have announced that they are shutting down schools in some areas in order to prevent these school kidnappings, because it has turned to everyday mental sum. They are not calling on National Guard. They are not calling on the national military to come in to their rescue. The police cannot help them. It's either you pay ransom or they kill them or they will sell them out as slaves. You will never know the total number of people killed. You will never know the total numbers of people sold as slaves. You will never know the total numbers of people who survived. But guess what? They will continue to feed on it because they would rather watch you all die. That is something that as a Yoruba person, you should not be so blinded about 2023. You should not let them talk you into believing in this one, 2023. That we see you walk and campaign through graveyards of people that are supposed to still be alive. If we all demand that the end should be now, the conversation to end it should start now. That should be a collective demand. Do you know what the Minister of Defense said about the insecurity and about the ransom for terrorists in Nigeria? I will remind you. Watch this.
If some people are seeing this country that it has to be governed the way they want, they are mistaken. We are not elected to serve particular people. We are elected to serve this country. Whoever is involved in this thing, the military or the government will not allow it to happen. Our interest is to ensure there is peace and security in this country, and our economic activities and social life of people are restored. That is our purpose. Whatever is happening here and there is an opinion of government. If Kaduna state that they don't want to give amnesty to the people, please advise him that there is an international law staging what is to be done and how it is done. We just don't do things in isolation. We are part of the world. There are international laws and regulations that must be complied with in dealing with these situations.
Do you get that? This was about 6 weeks ago when he made that statement. He was talking about amnesty for terrorists. If these people in Kaduna says they are not going to give amnesty to people, do you get that? That's the Minister of Defense, Magashi. That same Magashi is a thief. Okay, he is one of those who also stole money with Tabacha. He was disgraced out of the military, out of the army. And when Bokwari was brought back from dead, all the dead people who died with Tabacha, but they are still living dead, like Baba Gana Kinjibe and the rest of them, they became backyard advisors for the Bokwari, your descendant that you brought back from the dead. And now, did you hear that? If they are not going to give amnesty to some people, we cannot do things in isolation. Terrorists are still killing the citizens. You have not been able to rehabilitate the citizens who are victims of the terrorism. Soldiers are being killed and kidnapped. Every day, the news comes in, depressing news. We see women and children who have become victims of this whole act of terrorism. Yeah? We have never seen any plan, concrete plan like they are campaigning about amnesty, amnesty, amnesty. Money for terrorists. Ransom, amnesty, forgiveness. Nobody is talking about justice. Not even for the victims, yeah? Immediately after he made that statement, today, 6 weeks after that, Kaduna State, even El Rufaya of Kaduna, who traveled to go and pay terrorists to return to Kaduna back then, is under fire right now. He is not even bold enough to call on Buhari to resign because Buhari cannot protect them. Now, Kaduna has shut down schools. But guess what? 5 years ago, in 2016, this was the man who invited terrorists back. He paid them. He paid terrorists to come back to Kaduna, and he justified it. I am playing you this reminder, a video of who was El Rufaya, the Kaduna Hitler, Kaduna Little Finger, in 2016, who paid terrorists to come back to Kaduna, that they can come back now. And 5 years after that, Kaduna, starting from southern Kaduna, is now a graveyard. Watch this. It's a reminder.
Because between August 2015, when we received the Agwai Committee and began the outreach, until May, June 2016, there was not one incident of any such killing in southern Kaduna. So we felt that we were succeeding. We felt that we had got the transhumans out of the equation and can now focus on resolving the issues between local herdsmen and farmers, which is still an issue. Okay, but yes, we offered them money. We said, look, if we have to pay you not to kill our people, we're happy to do it.
Is that the only solution that you're adopting, to pay them to stop the killing?
That is the only solution we can see. If anyone has a better solution, you should give us. If you have somebody in Guinea that you cannot prove is responsible for this, but you say, look, we apologize, this has happened. But it didn't happen in my time. Okay, I'm the governor now, this has happened. We apologize that you are caught up in our domestic issues. Have you lost cattle? We can pay. Have you lost lives? We can pay compensation. Compensation for lives and property has foundations even in the Quran and the Bible. Okay, so I don't understand why people would say, but what I said and what we tried to do was twisted, okay, by one newspaper largely, to say that I am paying herdsmen to kill. What we were trying to do was offering money to them to say, don't kill our people. And frankly, as the governor of the state, the life of every citizen of that state and his property is on my head. I will stand before God and be asked, what did you do to ensure that that person is not killed or his property destroyed? Okay. I am prepared to offer you money if you feel that you're offended and you are going to collect people to come and kill people. I'm prepared to offer you money not to do it. I have no apologies for that. But to twist that to say that, oh, El-Rufai is now paying herdsmen to kill, I think is most irresponsible. Now, in my opinion, and when you look...
That was 5 years ago. And I hope you all pay attention to everything he said. That statement he made, he said, people from Guinea. That was where this came from. When they told you that when they came to power, they went all over Africa and they told the Fulani herdsmen, to come back to Nigeria, that their brother is now in power, that if they lost cattle, they apologized to them and they paid them money. He said it. You just watch the video. I've always wanted to share the video with everyone, just to tell you that when people tell you that El-Rufai said they paid herdsmen, did you hear him say it was like, we paid them not to kill our people. Now they have money, they've bought more weapons, they want land. People from Guinea, all over West Africa, do they not have good relationship with those countries? What was the plan put in place by Kaduna? Immediately after he paid them, Southern Kaduna never known peace since then. Since that time, if you have been hearing about Southern Kaduna never know peace since then. They came back with brutality. There's a man, a paramount ruler, Adara of Adara Kingdom in Southern Kaduna. The man, you can put him in the place of our own Alaafin of Oyo, a paramount ruler, or Alake of Egba, Ataoja of Osogbo. You see all those powerful rulers, or Obi of Onitsha. That's the category you will put that Adara for his own kingdom. When this El-Rufai became the governor, and he automatically have access to the state money, resources, and so many of it. He took some of the money and he went on a pilgrimage, asking those Fulanis who have felt offended at any part of Nigeria, especially especially Kaduna, to come back. They are welcome. That was the genesis of how Fulani turned Nigeria to their, what can I call it? To their continental home. All you need to be is just to be a Fulani man. Come to Nigeria. But they didn't have any plan for them. You know, when you want to have such large scale plan with a country like Nigeria, where you know that you cannot tell an Igbo man to vacate his land because you want to satisfy your brothers who are returning from Guinea. You cannot tell a Yoruba man to give up his land because of your own long-lost relative returning from Mali. Who does that? If you have plan for them, then you are in government. Why not just do something and put them where they will be easily acclimatized, where they speak the language, where they can meet with the people, instead of telling them Nigeria now belongs to them? That was where the genesis of Nigeria belongs to Fulani comes from. And they have been pushing the agenda since. since they are the ones in power. So when they are attacking Southern Kaduna for 6 years, El Rufai did not say anything. He was blaming. You know what they did to Adara? They called a peace meeting. Paramount ruler, because the Fulanis, immediately El Rufai brought them back. They invaded Southern Kaduna. They wanted land, but government had no plan for them. The people of Southern Kaduna, they grouped themselves. They responded. They pushed them back. But to their surprise, the military, every time they push the Fulani terrorists back, the military will come at night. They will either start bombing places, or all of a sudden, the Fulanis that couldn't fight them during the day, at night, they are now more coordinated, like soldiers. They will be going into houses, shooting and killing people. The government of Kaduna said the people of Southern Kaduna should disarm them. If they find ordinary knife for your house, and you cannot account for it, they will consider it as an illegal weapon in Southern Kaduna. The military started going into people's homes. They started confiscating their weapons. All the people talking about Southern Kaduna, they started arresting them and charging them for terrorism. They now invited the Adara of Adara Kingdom. They invited him to a peace meeting in Kaduna, the state capital. When he got there, he sat at the governor's office for over 4 hours. Him and his wife, they were waiting for the governor. At the end of the day, they sent somebody to him that the governor had an emergency call from Abuja. The governor will not be returning, so they want to reschedule the meeting. The paramount ruler, his wife, and his driver, they now left Kaduna, going back to Adara. When they are so close to Adara Kingdom in Southern Kaduna, the Fulani terrorists, they had a roadblock like policemen. They grabbed him, kidnapped him, and his driver, they let his driver go. So they declared him missing. Guess what? They were raping his wife when he was alive. Then they killed him. Yeah? Now they took him, his body, and his wife. They took them down to close to the junction, going into Adara Kingdom. They dumped his body there, and they let his wife go as well. That's what they did to a paramount ruler. They disgraced the king. They killed him like a criminal, killed him like a dog. You wouldn't even kill a dog like that. That is the trademark, the fear trademark of a typical Fulani jihadist. And you cannot tell us to ignore all of this. Do you want us to wait? Now they are in Yoruba land, okay? Instead of the people who brought them, who had planned for them, they should have planned for them, but they had no plan for them, yeah? Instead of them to come up with a plan to reduce this spread and the killings, they allowed them to move freely. The DSS didn't discover them. The police didn't discover them. No, the military didn't detect them. No one detected them. They now moved in their tens of thousands. But people are still capable of defending themselves. But surprisingly, yeah, they have the backing of the people in government. Do you get that now? They have the backing of the people in government, which is so obvious. I'm asking you, if you want to counter me, what you need to say is that you have one of them in court right now, standing trial for the killings in any part of Nigeria that people have evidence of. Then I will listen to you. Listen to this retired, a former Nigerian soldier, retired colonel. I want you to watch this.
We cannot, and I repeat, we cannot negotiate with these guys. We've got what it takes to crush them off. You only begin to negotiate when you've not done your homework, when you've not put in all what you should put in place. So when they have taken over your kids or your citizens and hold them ransom, there is nothing you can do. Any attempt at rescue operation, there will be high collateral damage. You will lose nearly half or over 3/4 of them. And what you are compelled to start negotiating. As a country with a strong defense force, haven't actually equipped your inventory, my God, you go out there and crush the enemy. That is what I expect from Nigeria. We did this in Liberia, we did this in Sierra Leone, we did it in the... What is happening with us? Is this Nigeria? Our sovereignty is threatened. Bandits have taken over this country. And we are watching. We are watching. For Christ's sake, we must save this country. This is the only land we have. Can someone tell the president that Nigeria is sinking? We are sinking. Every day we are sinking.
Well, Colonel Hassan Labo, I stand Labo. I see you spoken as a soldier.
You can go on to Arise TV or Arise News TV on YouTube. There's a full interview there. It's about 17 minutes long. Yeah? If you want to hear more. That's a retired soldier, Colonel Labo. He was just imagining, like, what's going on? Like, where's, Baba, calm down. Nigeria is sinking. That is the only thing I found so truthful in what he said. When he said, can somebody tell Mr. President? I was like, which Mr. President? Who are we going to tell? Like, I mean, are you talking about this guy?
Livestock.
Huh?
Livestock.
National livestock.
I will talk about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me... He can talk for himself.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well, I
doesn't know.
I think
is that the guy you want to tell about the problem? So the only thing Colonel Labo said is that Nigeria is sinking. I agree completely with him. How else do you explain a sinking country when the military are sitting by? They would rather shoot and kill the citizens who ask them to protect the citizens, protect the country. You are seeing that. That's what is obvious. That is a sinking country. You can't have somebody like this in charge and you are like, Nigeria is not sinking. That's a truthful word. But save Nigeria, I forget it. From who? From this
on the long neglected Boni Bridge to connect these long separated communities.
Not true, it's not correct. There's
in the
like
southeast,
it's not correct.
Not correct. In the southeast, a critical section of Umahia linking Oka to Onitsha.
Is that the guy you want to report to? That one. Eh? When everybody should be getting ready. Like, seriously now. Seriously. Everyone should be getting ready. When you elect clowns, what do you expect? Is it not circles that you should be expecting? When you elect clowns. When you elect ghosts. Eh? What do you think he will be thinking? I mean, it's a direct one. So Nigeria is sinking. That is what is obvious. Governors paying terrorists, and they are not ashamed of it. Schools shutting down. Terrorists. It's an invasion, you see. Another thing that Colonel Labo said was the sovereignty of Nigeria has been taken over. Hey. Obi Biafra. You should be telling us to get ready to grab our Oduduwa Republic passport or Biafran passport, and anybody we want Arewa passport should get their own Arewa. Everybody should begin to learn how to design their own passport now. But if you say me, then go Somalia passport. Baba, you better make person fight and die for Oduduwa Republic. Like make you die. Where you feel like you die for Oduduwa or make you die for Biafra land. There are better places, so I'm not going to subscribe to that. Akeem, the dream. Thank you very much for your super sticker there. Yeah. It doesn't know. It doesn't know. The sovereignty of Nigeria has been taken over, and those who are bragging, those who are bragging, telling you that Nigeria is not this indivisible. If you like, you can go this, you can no do. You have no idea. You see, one thing that is just going to happen is that you are going to be part of history. With the way Nigeria is going, it will burn down. Yeah. Everybody will agree that, you know what, after this burning down, there's no way we want to rebuild anything. May everybody just find level. It's going to get there, whether you like it or not, because you see the democratization of terrorism in Nigeria. Only those who will try to save themselves, save their land, are the people that are likely going to live long enough to tell the story of what is coming. Some of you are not prepared. Well, some of us are not prepared. And it's good if you do. This is where the Diasporans comes in. This is where I come in. This is where you come in. This is where all of us come in. We have so much influence that we can begin to use. For what? For educating our people, gearing them up towards, what is coming. It's good. Moni, Babaride, thank you for your own super sticker there. Good one. I picked up something. They have taken over the government, and when you look at the process that brought about this irredeemable situation in Nigeria, you will see it from the myopic, selfish, self-centered views of all the political gladiators of that time to bring about this calamity that is about to consume the country that they told you is indivisible. But for those of us who have the opportunity of seeing things as eagles from far, and here we are, we can tell that when we say there will be consequences of the actions or inactions of these people, we know that when we say there will be consequences, we're talking about there will be victims of this madness at the end of the day. Now we have the eagle eye to say, now it's coming home, it's coming home. When we say it's coming home, we can no longer be, see, nobody can now tell us that we are now overreacting. If anyone tells you as a Yoruba man or as a Yoruba woman that you are overreacting to the problem of Nigeria or you are overreacting to the insecurity, tell them that if Nigeria has destroyed their feelings, their human feelings, the reaction, the response that you expect from human beings when you see other humans go through what you can never imagine yourself go through, then the appropriate thing to do is to respond, call for help. There are people out there who can help. People like me have been shouting and shouting and shouting, go get a job, go find something doing. But guess what? With my noise, I have inspired enough people that now believe that it is true, that it is good to defend ourselves and nobody is coming for us. And they are not just believing it, they are living it. No matter how little it is. But they have done so bad because they have taken over the government, yeah? So they have done so bad that except the Diasporans use that our weapon, our own, that very, very, a stronger weapon, which is economic weapon, of directing what we want to happen in order to save our own people. It doesn't matter, even when those we want to save don't even understand what is coming. You know what is coming? What is coming is that you should go and read about Afghanistan and the Talibans. Take your time and read that. Google will help you. Just read everything you can see there. And you will see where it all began and how it all started to what it is today and what happened, what transpired during that time. That is what is coming to Yoruba land. And don't let anybody tell you that you are overreacting. You are not overreacting. You are reacting appropriately
if you are one of those who are calling for a quick intervention, an immediate defense of Yoruba land and the Yoruba people, so that we will not watch our people. How can they convince us that we are overreacting when we already have thousands of our people as refugees in Benin Republic? So we're going to wake up someday and then we realize that our children will no longer go to school anymore. Yes, they will do it. If they tell you that they are winning the war against terror in Nigeria, it's absolute trash. You know why? They are actually funding terror. Terrorism has won in Nigeria from the day, you remember the day they presented the flag of ISIS flag inside Aso Rock. The intention of those jihadists from the time immemorial is that they want to hoist their flag inside the seat of power of Nigeria, when they will put their sword on the head of the president of Nigeria. But luckily for them, one of them became the president of Nigeria. So they don't need to put sword on his head. They don't need to go in there, or they don't need to even get killed before getting there. The flag, the Quran, which they said they confiscated from Shekau, was taken to Bokuari in the villa, and they took pictures with it. You remember that picture? You remember that time? So it was a symbolic time. It was a symbolic message sent out to the terrorists by the government of Nigeria when they had none of the terrorists in custody. They had no plan of prosecuting any of the terrorists, but they were so proud when they said, when they got to Sambisa forest, they called it Ground Zero in Sambisa. And what they found there when they got there was just Shekau's Quran and Shekau's ISIS flag. And they flew that to Abuja for Bokuari to help them display it. Job done. So today in Nigeria, schools are getting shut down because the Boko Haram that they have now, that has now metamorphosed into Fulani bandits, Fulani terrorists, invaders with AK-47, yeah, they are now more interested in kidnapping school children, especially women or girls, as we speak, and they are not stopping. So, you know, one thing is this, they are now giving them what they wanted, shut down schools, because Boko is Haram. Is that what we are going to have to deal with in 5 years' time in Yoruba land? If anyone is telling you that 2023 is the answer, how do you intend to do that? The people that are going to sit in the Supreme Court in Nigeria for the next 50 years, they have been selected. They have been appointed. Some of them are currently going through the what do you call it? Going through their training and indoctrination as we speak. So you know one thing what that means? You will never find justice in their courts. This is something they have been looking for so long. There must be a leeway. There must be a soft land for all these criminals in Nigeria. And the only way to do it is that what is wrong in sacrificing, some of the miscreants they give gun to? Kill some of them. Tell the media that you just killed 50. When you kill 10, tell them you have killed 100. Display somebody and say you have, just do that. They are miscreants. They are on drugs. Give them drugs. Give them money. Give them weapons. Let them continue the onslaught. To what end? And who should be sacrificed? Before we all say, no, enough. That is enough. So if they are now forcing all of us, telling us that we should stop being cowards, we should defend ourselves, when in reality, they will stop. They will stop us from defending ourselves. So my warning is always about the Yorubas. It's about everyone who believe that we can still save the day. Don't save Nigeria. Save Yoruba land. Do it. It will be the best thing that you would have done in your life. I mean, even if you don't know if you don't know how to contribute to to contribute to the achievement of the Yoruba liberation from this current doomed ship. If you don't know how to do it, don't be one of those that will use their ignorance to push away what will keep them alive because they are ignorant. Don't be one of them. See, the situation has gotten to a stage whereby even living outside Nigeria doesn't protect you from what is going on there. If your family members or anybody related to you get kidnapped and they have to raise money to free them, this is going to be something so new to many of you, especially those of you who are living outside Nigeria, Yorubas. It's going to be completely new to you. Paying ransom, emergency money, selling your properties to save the lives of your parents if they get kidnapped, or a family member that are so dear to you. Do you actually imagine how destabilizing that can be for you? This is a life they are telling you to get ready for, if you have no idea. There's nothing like, oh yeah, maybe when the Yoruba man become president, they will do it. Who are those who are going to be in command of the defense? The Yoruba commanders? Yeah, Yoruba generals are who? And who is going to give that order? Your Yoruba president. Are you joking? Eh? So are you prepared? If you have not thought about it, I'm saying now, you are not even in Nigeria. You're minding your business with your family, paying your mortgage, paying your own bills, sparing what you can spare for your family members, upkeep and all of that, even though that keeps increasing and increasing and increasing as Nigeria continues to get worse and worse and worse. You know what I'm talking about. But are you prepared to start raising money for ransom? Eh? Are you? Well, you haven't thought about it. But I can tell you, those people who are being killed, they have families too. And don't be surprised. They have family members and relatives who are also outside Nigeria who felt like people should not be treated like this. People should not be made subhumans in their own country. Why terrorists are getting pampered, offered this and that. And those who talk about it, they either get shot down or they get humiliated or killed. So you are living outside Nigeria. Yeah, you are kind of far away from the danger zone. But are you? What happened to your own emotional state if a family member is attacked? People who have families in refugee camps, even when they wrote a petition. This is another reason for you to know that we cannot channel our energy into educating our people why Nigeria won't work for them. It's not because they don't want it to work, but those in charge of Nigeria will never let Nigeria work. And it is not for those who are there just now. It is the systemic rot. You destroy the system, you can build many countries out of that junkyard. Trust me, we can. Before they turn everybody into ghosts like them. People wrote petition to them in Nigeria to show their concern. They won't even listen to the petition. Every time I watch this video, I can't imagine how angry I get every now and then. Like, what is wrong with these people? They won't even they don't care. Whether you live in Nigeria, whether you live outside Nigeria, forget it. If you are living outside Nigeria, count yourself lucky. Forget about Nigeria. Forget about everybody there. People will survive. What's your business? They don't care how you feel. But do you really care a lot about your own people? And do you care about yourself, how you will feel if you receive a call right now that you have to raise 5 million, 10 million to get your parents released? Because when they were traveling from their doctor to their house, they got kidnapped by these guys who now want 100 million. Look at this. Petition got sent. You wanted the people in power to talk about it and do something about it. But this is what happened. And there's no time I watched this video that I feel like Nigeria will ever get it anymore. Forget it. There are many, many reasons why we know, no matter how much you try, Nigeria will never get it. It's there's still a few more, but it is so annoying. I have to admit. That's one. These are the guys in charge. Okay? They can shut you down. Just shut up. What are you saying? The moment he heard the attack, the petition from Tifi people in Benue, in America. Oh. No. We cannot talk about that. It's not big. He's not stupid. Now, that is what they want you to think. Oh, this guy is so stupid. How can he not know what he knows? But listen to the key words of his fellow colleague presenting that petition. People's lands, people languishing in IDP camp, refugee in their own country. Attacks, TV people from Benue in America. You see all this America he kept talking about was probably the key word he wanted to use to say, well. It's not a dump like that. That is what they do. Go to some of their courts and listen to some of their judges. When it comes to any political position, or if you are taken there by the government, go and listen to the statement of their judges. You will be like, oh boy, which kind country be this? Is this judge reading the constitution that made him a judge, the constitution of Nigeria, or he's just reading one Sharia constitution in his head? Who are these people? When they will tell you they will deny this and that, when they arrest you and they put you in their jail, they know what they are doing. It's just you. We are the ones that have to let them know that we know what they are doing. When Buhari came out and said, anyone you see with AK-47 should be shot. Should be shot aside. You will think he was talking his makings. No, he's not. He wants you to think he's, he knows the message. It is called the dog whistle. I'm not saying you shouldn't kill anybody you see with AK-47, but if you see any Fulani with AK-47, you must pass him. But if you see any Igbo man with AK-47 saying he's defending himself, shoot him and kill him. If you see any Yoruba man jumping up and saying he's carrying AK-47 defending himself, shoot him. That is the order. It doesn't have to say. Do we not know those who have invaded Nigeria? Should Nigeria not declare a state of emergency? Atiku said Nigeria should declare a state of emergency on education and put security in all schools. Is that not an idea? I mean, is that not a textbook definition of a collapsed country? Why should we pay the price as Yorubas? Why should you pay the price as TV people? Why should you pay the price as Hausa people? Why should anybody pay the price for saving Nigeria? For who? Where you don't even know who you are. Where you don't even know if you are a Nigerian, or you are just a quantity. Because it seems that you know the real Nigerians now. No court, no judge, no police, no military can stop them. That's something that should scare you. Look at this man. Listen to this man. I'm going to tell you a story. He is from Katsina State. Katsina is where Boko Haram comes from. Okay? Katsina State is where the governor of the Katsina State, a livered criminal, traveled kilometers of road into the forest to go and meet people, kidnapping his own people that elected him as governor. He traveled into the forest and he met with the kingpin of the kidnappers. They did escalate the call, did transaction and the offer and the rest of that, and he paid him. The same criminal was exposed by this man I'm about to share a story with you, Mahadi. Mahadi exposed the rot, exposed the corruption of negotiating with bandits, negotiating with terrorists, using the state money. That as it is now, for 6 years, the government of Bello Masari have expended 52 billion naira that they can't even account for in the last 6 years. And when you look at this money, this is money that has been channeled into art of terrorism. And because he is from Katsina State, he knows that those they are killing, those that have now turned to refugees, he is supposed to be a Fulani man like Bello Masari. But Bello Masari, the governor, Boko Haram, the president, they are more comfortable with terrorists. They won't send soldiers and the military after the terrorists. But you know one thing, watch this first. I'll tell you what they did to this man after this video.
This is democracy in Katsina. This is democracy as I see it in Nigeria. I am being persecuted for reporting monumental fraud in Katsina State, for disclosing monumental stealing outright stealing from public treasury. The governor Aminu Bello Masari, the SLC Mustafa Inwa, the Attorney General Al Marzouk, Tahir Mangan have taken over to assassinate me today. They are using the court to send me to the prison without trial. I have supported for the Federal High Court in Kano. They have refused to take me to Kano. I have been under police detention for the last 35 days. And Under the police custody, I was stung by a snake. Under the police custody, I have lost my way. My waist. I have lost my neck. I have lost my legs. The intention is to kill me. This is the same regime that signed executive order for the reporting of fraud and stealing for a reward. I ask for no reward. I am a non-commercial whistleblower. The presidency is watching. The world is watching. Inspector General of Police, you are watching. Director of you are watching. Director of Justice, you are watching. I have been brought before the court on charges of being a terrorist. What an irony. A businessman who is successful is being called a terrorist. In a society, in a state that is being run by rogues who are rude and crude. They have no conscience, they have no conscience, they have no conscience. What they have is satanic verses in their chest, satanic verses in their heart, satanic verses in their brain. All they understand is killing and maiming and looting and stealing and insulting people. And now, 12 local governments have been taken over by bandits.
12 local governments taken over by bandits. Why they are making a kill, making it serious money. CBN is not tracing all this money going into the hands of terrorists because the money is coming from the state governors. The monies are coming from the, from the politicians. The money coming from CBN of Nigeria funding terrorism, and everyone standing up asking questions is being subjected to the most dehumanizing conditions that you ever see. You haven't seen anything. That was when he was able to shout and scream and talk. When he was under their torture, arrest, because the governor could do that. They have the power. They are now charging him for terrorism, for exposing. It can no longer work. Look at him.
Irony. A businessman who is successful is being called a terrorist in a society, in a state that is being run by rogues who are rude and crude. They have no conscience, they have no context, they have no conscience. What they have is satanic verses in their chest, satanic verses in their hearts, satanic verses in their brain. All the
insha Allah ta Allah ba taso ba. Is this how humans are treated in Nigeria? Look at it. Is this how the rule of law it is in Nigeria? Look at how humans are treated in Nigeria. This is unfortunate. This is the president's state. This is how the president's state people are treated. This is how they are treated in Nigeria. This is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. This is uncalled of. This is uncalled.
So do you see that sometimes some of us have to seek for forgiveness on how we use a blanket statement to say all Northerners are happy with what Buhari is doing? Do you now realize that we can all ask for a moment of forgiveness? Do you now see why we cannot always use the blanket statement now? Can we all now see that even you as a Northerner, can you now see that you are not safe from being treated just the same way they treated that man? Simply because he's speaking up and asking the government to stop paying terrorists and stop funding bandits. That you love the government, that you think you love Nigeria, that can be you. And you are a Northerner. That man is from Buhari State. The people he's talking about, the reason why he's going through that torture is simply because he's talking about the ordinary people who will become victims of the terrorism. Nobody is safe. That is the point. That you like the government, that you know them, that this and that. You are not safe.
Not in the hands of the terrorists, not in the hands of the government. You are not safe. And do you think they can actually maintain this for so long? They shoot and kill people in northern Nigeria when they say anything. And therefore, they just, because they have this mob mentality, this mob ideas where people just, you know, they have to listen to their mullahs and listen to their sheikh. This is what it is in northern Nigeria. But we are going to get to that stage that those that they are forced in northern Nigeria to keep quiet in order not to be killed or not to be treated like they treated that man in that video, yeah? One day they will sum the courage, they will sum up the courage, and they will make up the numbers, and they will not ask for one Nigeria. They are going to ask for the breakup of Nigeria, because they will see through. And you see, those of you who haven't really witnessed all this barbarism, all these killings yet, in Yoruba land, we are now having documentation for that now. So imagine if you have to wear, you know, yeah, I don't want us to use this, they are all in it together. Let us remember that it is established that the most successful job done by the northern elites for decades is that they did a wonderful job by miseducating their people so badly that they selected the class. They started the class war among themselves. If you are rich, you are considered God's, you know, God's special breed. Therefore, you have to worship. I mean, sorry, people have to worship you. Something like that, that they select that class, creed, all of that. So if you are poor, you just have to accept it that you are poor, okay? And you have to worship the rich by giving them these satanic verses that he said, the satanic Quranic verses that they have been given to people, miseducating them that today, some people are able to successfully recruit criminals that will kill people because they said education is haram, education is a sin. How did they succeed? It was because the society will allow for that, because the elite did that. Okay, so that's why you see some people that will tell you, don't let us always blame them. When you see them all lining up, that they value voters card more than they value, anything else in Nigeria, right? Everywhere you go, you will see them. Northerners, these Fulani boys and girls, Hausas, they don't joke with voters card and the rest. Yeah, we can use that, but that is a long-time indoctrination that some people are not really completely in agreement, even from the time immemorial too. But where things are going right now is that the mob, the same mob that they have been using to stay in power, yeah, the same mob are the mob that will come for them. That is why we won't stop. So you see, in Yoruba land, what they did there, like what they did to Maiyegun General as well, when they held him. There's something I want to share anyway, before I forget. Mrs. Victoria Idakpani, the wife to Corporal Martins Idakpani, she was watching us earlier. I don't know if she's still watching. I want to say thank you for joining me. That is the wife of the Lance Corporal Martins Idakpani that we raised some money for on Maiyegun's diary last year, when the government of Nigeria arrested her husband, who happened to be a Nigerian soldier. He made a video that went viral, where he was advising his fellow soldiers not to get involved in any way in shooting and killing civilians who are protesting insecurity in Nigeria. And for months, it was held. And from Maiyegun's diary and friends, we reached out to her. I saw her earlier when she joined, and she said, just to mark our presence. So, Mrs. Victoria Idakpani, if you are still watching me, thank you very much. I just want to give you a shout out quickly. There's a video, two videos. One of them from Peter Obi, the other one from Senator Ejinaya Abaribe. I want to add something to what they say. So listen to this first.
The solution is not one solution that they provide. Like I said inside, The solution is something you have to look at various forms of solution. Number one is that you need community security at the community level, at local government level, at state level, and national level. It can no longer be just being controlled from the national level. So it is because it's now something that is threatening the existence of the entire country. So you need to look at it aggressively, decisively, and deal with it. But above all, like I've always said, one of the most critical means of fighting security is to start lifting people out of poverty. The more people are gainfully employed and doing something and being productive, you reduce crime by 50%. If you don't know where the next meal will come from, you're a criminal. All of us, including me. Simple. You need to put food on people's table. People need to know that they're going to eat today, tomorrow. That's one. It's been used to fight crime, go to every country of the world, from South America to all the Asian countries. What they've done to fight crime and criminality is to lift people out of poverty. And
he is right. Okay? If they are telling you Western world, people work, we all work. Well, not all of us work. But there's a welfare system in every country outside Nigeria. The only country where you have welfare system for politicians, but no welfare system for the citizen is Nigeria. But he's right. If you don't know where your next meal will come from, you will do crime to survive. Some of Nigerians in their different small places, yeah, you will see some of them have jobs where they don't pay them. You will realize that they don't pay them salaries, but yet they are not complaining. They are not resigning. They still go to work because they have created a means of corruption to survive. So because of that, they will say, oh, me, I don't even use my salary. You will see some of them bragging because they have created a means. So in this country, the government will still say, okay, if you don't get a job, number one, we need to make sure that you have a house to stay. Okay? Except if you have gotten to that stage that you are abusing drug and you see, most of those people you see homeless, most of them, they have their own personal issue that kept them on that street. But here in the UK, I know that the housing system that allows homeless people, even us, where you can go to keep warm, and they will still provide you meal, warm meal, cold meal, and all of that. Yeah, in the UK here, there are means to just make sure that, you know, hungry people. They say where they're hungry now. They say hungry people hungry person, an angry person. Hungry man is an angry man. Yeah. So this Western government, as much as they will tax everything from you when you are working, they also know that there is always something that you can go to, a go-to place to fill in your belly before you think of how to commit crime. And if more people are finding it difficult to feed, that means the government will have to buy more weapons to prevent people from to stop people who are committing crime, but they can't stop them from committing crime. So in Nigeria, the report today said, in Nigeria, yeah, they have told us that the population of Nigeria, the 70% of the population of Nigeria is made up of young people between the ages of the ages of 18 and 45. Between this margin, a report came, and that means you have more than 130 to to 140 million people who are young people. In fact, 150 something million people who are young people. In this bracket of this age, they say people from the ages of 18 to the ages of 35, they make up 70% of that figure again. So which means they still fall into category of about 100 million of them. 43% of them are now jobless. If you are between the ages of now, let me see if I can use this my own Maiyegun statistic. So as we speak now, if you Nigerians who are between the ages of 18 and 35, yeah, when you see 5 of them, as we speak, 4 of them have no job, or they have something they call job, but that is not different from enslavement. Imagine you doing a school teacher, collecting 15,000 naira every month, and you say you have a job as a young person. They say you are still young, you don't even have much, responsibility. Collect it one day, and then you go back to that kind of mentality. They are in this category. So if you see Nigerians between the ages of 18 and 35, if they put 10 people who are between the ages of 18 and 35, you can be rest assured that 8 of them have no job, no real job. That is today's statistics. That is a danger. Meanwhile, the country has no welfare program for anybody. You can't go to anywhere when you are starving. Like, I'm hungry. You have nowhere to go to for real. That you say, oh, this is a government system that takes care of people who have lost their jobs. In America, they said over 10 million or 20 million Americans lost their jobs during the COVID lockdown. Have you not been reading about the COVID check that they have been getting from their government? As much as is to an average American, it is absolute nonsense. Especially if you have been living a life that you have been paying your bill. Now you have to wait for. But guess what? The money was sent to even those who are working, collected it. In Nigeria, they are talking about giving people 20,000 naira. It was all job, man. It was all fake. It was all fraud. There was no welfare. So if you lose your job, you're on your own. If you like, turn to crime. If you like, go turn to anything you want to turn to. Nigeria no send you. They would rather go and buy gun and bullet for their police to shoot you down, kill them, Jare. Any boy will do any nonsense, shoot them. That is the country. What do you expect will be the end of it? You are going to have a lawless country. That even your governors, your government, they are guns. When you have more criminals than your bullets, is that not going to be a problem? That is where Nigeria is right now. Thank you very much, Abby Williams, for your super sticker. My guys are around tonight. Thank you. Mick Nguma, you're back. I appreciate that too. And with your super chat, I'm going to read that out. That's my person from Australia, from Aussie Love. So, fire on, bro. Choke corrupt people here flow. Let us continue to make noise into their ears. Continue to make noise. They don't like what we say. They don't like what we do. But somehow, they are seeing the effect of what we are doing. People are beginning to stay awake and ask questions, not like before. And that to them is like, it's like noise to their ears. You remember when they said Bokwari became deaf and dumb? You remember that year Bokwari became deaf and dumb? And they flown, it was flown out of Nigeria to the UK so that they could treat his eardrum. They said now people from Benue were shouting his name. Every morning, they would just say, Buario, Buario. You remember that time? And it's every morning, there's a Buario. Now, so Buhari just go deaf and dumb. You remember? So we will continue to make noise. We don't have to make sense to them. We don't even have to make sense to the ass lickers and the crumb chasers, the ass, the crumb eaters. No. But we are making them uncomfortable. Listen to Senator Abaribe on this same insecurity issue. I want to share that with you.
In the next 10 to 20 years, there will be no more use for oil. That is happening. Countries are now moving away from fossil fuels to this. And so, what? But people must eat. Agriculture is going to be the next frontier, just like it used to be for Nigeria. And where do you really have this? It's the same. No, that's where you have the land, you have everything. So let's just put it this way. Take a country like Netherlands. Netherlands is smaller than Niger State. Niger State is bigger than Netherlands, twice the size of Netherlands. But Netherlands exports agricultural products to the tune of about $180 billion. I don't think Nigeria has gotten up to $100 billion from oil. So you could see the potentials that are there when we harness ourselves properly and move away from this contraption that is today that makes everybody feel that you just have to work for a center that is overloaded, overbloated, and very difficult to manage.
Would you agree that at the heart of all of this is the talk of oil?
There's not, at the heart of the feeding bottle economy is proceeds from oil. That one is, and that's what we want to change. We want to say, let's move to a knowledge.
Let's do something else. Let's do this and all of the basic concepts that everyone will talk about. Why can't it be that way? How can people who have everything subject themselves to this kind of damnation? How? And why should all of us be so damned? Simply because we are part of Nigeria. This is what brought about the conversation that, oh boy, it better me will renegotiate everything. And we will renegotiate everything. It's not because those who are there right now, who are benefiting from it right now, it's not because they are going to make it easier for us. But we are not going to make it easier for them as well. Okay? Every day, the number grows. The people who continue to believe that, yes, Nigeria can work, we will grow it to the point that they will run out of town. I mean, it's going to be done. Don't worry. We're not in a rush like that. You know what I'm talking about? Because, like, why can't that be that? The reason why it can't be is because Nigeria is a damned place with those who have been saddled with the responsibility of making things happen. Do you get that now? I picked up a video from, from what the Ghanaian president had to say when it comes to their own plan for agriculture. And I think you should probably share that with you.
Ghana is currently Switzerland's largest trading partner in sub-Saharan Africa, largely from the export of gold and cocoa to Switzerland and the import of chemical and pharmaceutical products, as well as light machinery and military equipment from Switzerland. However, as I have stated on occasion, Ghana no longer wants to be dependent on the production and export of raw materials, including cocoa beans. We intend to process more and more of our cocoa in our country with the aim of producing more chocolate ourselves, because we believe that there can be no future prosperity for the Ghanaian people in the short, medium, or long term if we continue to maintain economic structures that are dependent on the production and export of raw materials. This is the best way we can put Ghana at the high end of the value chain in the global marketplace and create jobs for the teeming masses of Ghanaians. It is for this reason that my government continues to put in place a number of measures aimed at attracting investment into Ghana, as well as stimulating growth of the private sector. We have succeeded over the last 3 years in ensuring that all our macroeconomic indices are pointing in the right direction. Cut our fiscal deficit, introduce a monetary policy that is stabilizing the currency and reducing significantly the cost of borrowing, and have introduced a raft of tax cuts which are bringing relief to and encouraging businesses.
I don't know how much Ghanaians, how they see their president, and they say, well, but when it comes to articulating your idea as the president of a country, implementation is another thing, okay? But however, when you have to present your own, as the leader of a country, when you present your roadmap about something, articulate about it, then people will now have to plug into it. They have to key into it, find a way to expand it, elaborate it enough to achieve that your main goal. Ask Bukwari to come and tell you about his plan.
Livestock.
Livestock. National livestock.
I will talk about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me...
Answer.
No. He can talk for
He
himself.
doesn't know. He doesn't
I
know.
want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well,
He doesn't know.
Buhari does not appreciate the situation. He doesn't understand. I see no evidence that he understands how grave the situation is. I've said again and again that I don't believe he's in charge because it's not possible, in my view, for a head of state, a commander-in-chief of the armed forces, to say he's presiding over a nation and things get to this level. Something is critically wrong in the leadership, within the leadership of this nation. And that is where we civilians must come in. We must pick up the slack for our own situation, our own salvation. And this is one of the things we're engaged in. And that's why I resent this becoming individualized. Wale Soyinka is just another individual, just like another farmer.
You're right, Jare, Professor. You are very right, sir. But the truth of the matter is that Buhari is doing a good job and is making it easier for people to explain to their people that Nigeria is no longer for them. Don't wait till they kill you. Okay? Because if you are, no matter what it is, let us know that Buhari is doing a good job. APC, Egbekegbe, they are doing a good job in making it easier to further let people decide if they want to be part of Nigeria. So for those who are saying maybe we should call Buhari, Buhari should say something. Oh boy, yeah it Buhari lo ma ṣe. 4+4. 4+4 to the end of Nigeria. So if they tell you then 4+4, next level, Buhari lo ma ṣe. The breakup of Nigeria, Buhari lo ma ṣe. Ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ kó yà yín lẹ́nu o, Buhari ló máa ṣe. The breakup of Nigeria, Buhari ló máa ṣe. So give it time. Let us continue to raise the awareness. Let us continue to tell our people that they are doing the right thing, knowing the danger of what is going on around them, why they should never leave. Because most of what they are doing is that they are profiting from their death. They are profiting from their, from your situation. And it's going to get worse. It is better not to wait and expect them to rescue anyone. As it is now, the report from Ogun State, I don't know if many of you have heard that, yeah? 2 OOU students were kidnapped in Ogun State, in Yewa area of Ogun State, Yewa North local government area of Ogun State. When we were talking about those who got displaced, who became refugees in Benin Republic, they were from Yewa North local government area of Ogun State. Let me see if I can bring the faces of these 2 ladies. Maybe if I can bring their faces on for you. One is Adeyemo Precious and Oyefule Abiola. I'm going to try and bring their face on, or their faces rather. They are Yorubas. Kidnapping of students, kidnapping of school children by terrorists in Yoruba land is taking shape. And let me tell you, a moment, let me see if I can get that up. So the same thing, yeah, that's it. So look at that, the face. That's, yeah. They were kidnapped in Ogun State simply because they can get anyone kidnapped. So if I'm telling you that nobody is safe, don't wait till you become a victim. Some of you watches me all the time. Not that you have a lot to do, but you shouldn't ever think when people say Nigeria is coming to an end, you should not be shouting one Nigeria, one Nigeria. One Nigeria is just like a suicide wish, you know. It's when somebody becomes suicidal. Say, I'm a proud Nigerian. They say, oh, Lam, oh, that guy is suicidal. Do you get what I mean? Now, why would you be proud in slavery? Why would you be proud in a place where you can't be protected? Why should you feel proud? So nobody should feel proud of something that will kill them. And I think it is the right thing not to feel proud of that. So people's lives are in danger. They continue to be. But if those who want to protect them, they won't protect them, then let's all be happy. I mean, let's all be happy that we are also filling the gap. Filling in the void of making people aware, not docile, wait to be killed. I did my part. I always do my part. To every one of you as well who have been sharing Maiyegun's video, inviting your friends, never stop, never ending, and all of that. I'm going to be back here tomorrow again. I'm actually off tomorrow. I'm off next, and if family time allows enough, I may actually talk to you twice tomorrow. But however, there's one you won't miss. It is my broadcast later in the night, in the evening. Always start from 7 p.m. in earliest. If you miss one, you won't miss the other. Remember, you can only get not to miss any if you do this. Try. So easy. Remember, you have to also give me a thumb up under this video. Leave the chat room now. You can give me that thumb up under the video before you go. Until I see you next time, learn some lyrics in Oduduwa anthem. It's going to become household name. I'm doing a lot about this, and I'm teaching a lot of people because I'm teaching myself too. I'm learning a lot about the Oduduwa Republic anthem.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní Ẹ̀súnràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.